Okay, this is speech 2, outline and note cards. 1, 2, 3 note cards, bare bones. And now we're going to go ahead and count off my audience. Get the camera in position.
1, 2,
3, 4,
5,
6,
7,
8.
Thank you. Okay, start the timer. So what comes to mind when I hold this package up? Are you thinking about the food that's inside of it? Are you thinking about the nutritional value of it? What do you think your kids think of when they see this product? I know in my particular experience, my son sees SpongeBob on there and he goes right immediately to it. It's pretty clever. So, you know, we've lost our connection to the roots of our food as people who live in the city. You know, my children, or all of our children, probably think that food grows on the shelves at the supermarket. They don't even understand how it even gets to the supermarket. There are a lot of organic trends out there now that are helping to restore our relationships with our food in a more healthy and sustainable type of atmosphere. So the World Health Organization defines urban farming as any kind of innovative way to maximize a space in an urban environment, such as a vacant lot, and using it to create a fresh food source. My purpose is to inform you today about what urban farming is. In particular, we're going to discuss ways that it reunites us again as urban dwellers with natural food sources. And we're also going to see how it's able to become available to us in cities, and then we'll also look at some of the benefits. So let's talk about the reuniting factors in urban farming, some of the natural food sources. So what are some of the ways that they're doing initiatives to bring us back to our, natural food sources? And some of the ways our people are participating in the actual growing process. Instead of from a far distant place, food coming from maybe another country and then shipped in by a truck and then going to the grocery store, the freshness we're losing. So people are getting involved, and that reminds me of a research article by Shoemaker, Candace, and Deal, who spoke specifically about community involvement and getting back to that local aspect of growing. One way they're doing that is you're getting involved in the planting. You're taking the seeds and you're going and you're getting your hands dirty, and you're seeing that process, and then it grows and it comes to harvest, and now you're starting to see the fruits of your labor. There's also education programs out there, programs in schools. My son has to bring flowers to school all the time, and they plant them in the gardens, and then they also plant seeds and grow vegetables. And there's also community groups in all the cities that you can get involved in. They'll teach you about ways to get back to growing locally and getting back to that fresh source. So now let's take a look at the ways that it can become available to us. So thinking about some different ways that we can make it available to us, think about an article by Salvador Tanaka, and he describes some ways to go to your cities to try to get them to offer opportunities. And one way is using vacant lots. There are a lot of vacant lots in cities that just sit there and they're a blight in the community. And so you can go to the city and ask to get maybe a special usage until they decide to maybe develop that again. And you can grow your vegetables on that. You could also go to the farmer's market. There's plenty of fresh, organic fruits and vegetables and different meats as well that are available at farmers markets in our cities. You could also have a personal garden. If you don't want to maybe get involved in a community garden, maybe just a personal garden in your own backyard, or maybe a rooftop if you live in a building, or maybe a balcony if you don't have the space. There are plenty of cheap do-it-yourself kits that you could buy to create these little boxes for your garden. You could also go on the internet and you can look at some of do-it-yourself tutorials. So let's go ahead and now take a look at some of the benefits. Some of the benefits for the community, as far as health and food security in particular. When you have locally grown fresh foods, that equals better nutrition. And what that means is that it will ultimately, hopefully, become less taxing on the healthcare system. And with the food security aspect of it, it reminds me of an article by the Hunger Action Network of New York State that researched the benefits of food security, especially for low-income peoples. In particular, when you have an established garden that's producing, if you are not able to afford to go to the grocery store and pay these exorbitant prices for natural groceries or any kind of organic meats, you have your own sustainable produce right there that you could turn to for a cheap cost. So it's cost effective and it's great, especially for low-income people. So as you can see, urban farming is an innovative solution to many factors that are affecting us in our communities, in our families, in cities. And it helps us to grow a love and a care for reuniting us again to our natural sources, our nutrition, and Mother Nature. And when you look at a city, you see the potential opportunities out there to use vacant lands to produce that natural food source again, and you can restore those relationships and better enhance your community. So next time you look at something like this beet, maybe you'll admire it for its natural beauty, and instead of thinking about all those gimmicks out there to produce a desire to want to eat that, you'll have this and you'll look, oh wow, this is great because you were involved in it. So I just want to thank you for your time today.
Oh my God, that was
perfect.
And now I would like to have a question and answer at this time. Sorry for that.
so sorry. I'm the wife.
Anybody?
Well, she apparently thought that was great.
Any feedback? The questions are not necessarily about any of my knowledge in this topic. It's more of maybe my delivery, the approach, the way I handled the note cards.
I thought it flowed great. I thought you had the conversation went well. The educational aspect was good. We learned about urban farming. I mean, I understand it more than I did before. It was well thought out, well presented.
Okay. Anybody else? Thanks.
Yes, I enjoyed the presentation about the urban farming.
Yeah.
Finally getting to understand that there is another way to get your fruits and vegetables and different things in the city organic.
Right.
And for a community to be involved in something like that, that would be great. I've never known anything like that.
Yeah, and we can go. There's not maybe right now, but there is a community garden right in Tampa Heights there.
Wow,
So they've
never
got
knew
all
that.
kinds of stuff going on there. I mean, and we have opportunities with our own yards to take advantage of that too. And we tried one time. We could probably try again if we really wanted to. Anybody else? You?
It was well done.
Thank
And
you.
I like how you put your own personal relation with your son.
Right.
And that was very nice.
I'm very glad that you talked about it. We've been doing it for 15 years, and
That's right. Yeah.
we saved a lot of money that way, and we get a lot of natural organic stuff very, very economically by planting ourselves.
You were really one of the reasons too that I think I gravitated toward picking this topic, because I remember you told me about the peppers that you were cooking or making, growing, and the spinach and all the other stuff, and it made me think about local homegrown aspects of it. So I definitely was interested because of you, probably, to a certain extent. Anybody else? No?
Well, you educated us when you started on your health situation to get better, health for yourself.
Yeah.
And you introduced us to organic food. That was the best way to go, and we're still doing it.
Yeah, we were juicing.
So,
I bought that juicer.
it's
and I've done that for
fantastic.
years too. Thanks to Mickey as
Yeah.
well too, introducing us to that.
Wonderful. And your presentation, it was wonderful. Perfect.
Yeah, I mean, our bodies are set up for natural foods.
Yeah, they are.
They're not set up for processed and whatever junk they put into foods.
Right. Yeah.
That's not how our bodies
That's
are
right.
built. They're
Yeah.
built for natural, right out of the ground foods.
Right. Yeah, they're looking at us as a for-profit
Correct.
opportunity.
We're not a business.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
All right, this will conclude our time here discussing the topic. Just want to say thank you again, and see you at Speech 30.
Terrific.
Now you